Hello, today we're just going to do another face-off, but it's a rather special one for me because it's the last time I'm likely going to shave, well, definitely with one of them anyway. It is a CV24, a CV31, MK31 and a CV Mr. Carl Victor MK32. They're both up for sale. I've got another one. I've got another MK31 you see in the mix coming through my system of renovations kind of thing, and it's got new custom scales and everything, so I figure like I only want one MK31 anyway. I'm not somebody who wants to collect loads of them. And I just figure, well, I might as well let that one go because it's got the, you know, the original scales, and you know, I think I've said before in another video, I don't really care for scales too much. Like, don't get me wrong, I like my custom ones and I like the work I've done, if you know what I mean, but it don't bother me buying a razor with original scales or anything like that. I'm going to shave with this MK32. I don't really care if it don't sell. And if it don't sell, I'll just keep it for another year, get 2-3 more shaves out of it, because it's one of my most favourite razors. But when I got this razor, I said to myself I was going to sell it at some point. And I've got too many keepers basically, and some of my keepers, like, they got sentimental value, like, so, whereas this one ain't really. This is one I just picked up along the way. Bit of luck really with this one, but it's an exceptional razor, like the craftsmanship in it. The only thing it's missing is the natural scales really. That would have really, well, to be fair, if it had natural scales I wouldn't have sold it. I wouldn't have even bought it. That would have been a keeper forever. But it's been little used and it's just amazing. The steel on it is just outstanding. You should hear it on my Japanese J-Nat stone, man. It makes its own noise, that does. And to be fair, so does the MK31 because it's a Swedish steel. Yeah, it's definitely going to be one I'm going to regret selling, but like I said, I vowed to sell it when I've had it, and I've had it years now. It's been my special razor, if you know what I mean. So like, it's one that I've been took it on holiday, showed my granite, stuff like that. But oh well. You know, I've got 2 more razors coming for Christmas as presents. Like, I've got a J.A. Hengel 66 that are coming from America. That I'm going to have to put new scales on it. And I've got a Japanese Parker razor, which I've always wanted. And that's basically from my wife and my daughter. So again, it's one I'm not going to ever sell. And I'm getting to the point now where I've got kind of 6 razors that I can't sell. And I've always said to myself, sort of like 15, 16 max razors really, like my keepers. And it's just, again, it just gets out of hand. Like, you don't need any more than that. Like, unless you want to collect them, which is fair enough. Like, I'm not knocking people that collect them because, you know, they're wonderful things to collect, I guess, if you had the inclination to. So I'm just moving them boxes over there so I don't want to get them wet. Right. So the MK31, that's coming, its original box. And again, this is a razor I've had for a long, long time, man. Like, many a year. And I kind of lucked into it when I got it. Person who's selling it didn't have a clue what it was, basically. And you find that every now and then. And it's just a lovely, there's some steam marks on it. It's just a lovely razor, man. Definitely some of the best steel ever produced in this era of like CVs. Just outstanding. I've never had a bad one. There's a few tiny little pits at the top here. None that you get your nail in. You can just about feel them here now. And there's a little kind of sank on the end there. But do you know what? I've never bothered even thinking about trying to get it out, because, you know, if you wanted to, you could go to 2,500 grit and put it on the table or something and just gently go like that. And it'll come out, and then get a rag with some auto sol and do the same. Always going that way, down, across. But I've never felt the inclination to do it, so I'll save it to the next person. Like I said, I wouldn't be selling this because this was my keeper at MK31. I've had loads of MK31s. I've had loads. Probably double figures. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's way over double figures. Probably less than 20. And this one's always been my best one. Like I sold one the other day, and the blade was. Well, if anything, actually, I think the blade was a bit better than this. But the scales had some scratching on it, like a name, initials. I quite forget now, but. So I thought, well, I'll let that one go, keep this one. But then I've got this other one that needed new scales, you see. I put some nice scales on it, which I'm happy with. Yep, so anyway, it's got to go. Let's not ponder it. The reason I'm shaving with these today, other than the fact that I might not ever be able to shave them again, especially this MK32. So these MK32s, they are a special razor, man. They are definitely, in my opinion, one of the best razors ever made. Just an outstanding razor. They're a full hollow without a belly, but there's a bit of meat there than some like real thin grinds, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like, it's just like a real straight. It's not as thin as some sort of what they call Sheffield hollows I've come across. And I suppose you could say it's not as thin as some of the Phillies as well. So it's got a bit of meat to it, so it's quite stiff, but that aids the razor. Like I've been reading these PDFs that I come across online, and they're from like 100 years ago. Well, actually, 120, 110, 100. I think one of them was pre-1900, so like 130-year-old and that. And all the articles, these they were like barbers. What's a couple of them were almost like adverts for like strops and stuff, like the big long spiel, and then it turns out to be an advert really. But in nearly every single one of them, they say about like if you're a home shaver, you need to stay away from hollow grounds. Really interesting, man. That's like 3 that I've read now that have said stay away from your hollow grounds, stay with your half hollows and your wedge types, because they're basically, and the reason is they're easier to maintain once they've got a good edge, which I think's true. Because they've got so much meat behind them, you know what I mean? But then I say that, and I've heard of some people. Well, again, do you believe in it? I don't know. But they've just stropped their filly for basically forever. They've shaved with it for like damn near a year, with just stropping it on a pasted strop every now and then. But hey, can you believe them? I guess so, some of them, but I don't know them, so. I don't. Yeah, so it was interesting reading though. So this is a hollow, but I would definitely class it as slightly stiff. You know what I mean? When you flick it don't do that ring. It's like a full-on ringing. But anyway, without further ado, look at them together as well, like man. I am going to regret selling that, I know I am. But, like I said, see them? See like the side difference, they're kind of lined up on the tang, so there's not much in them lengthwise really. No, there's really not, there's nothing in it lengthwise really. It's just more the meat, because the weight's big, feels big in your hand. There's not that much difference in them really. Yeah, the MK32 is just a bit meatier. It's got like its own particular kind of gimping as well on the MKs, if you've ever noticed it. It's got its own style, if you know what I mean. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere else. And the beautiful little thumb notch. If you've never had a thumb notch, they feel a little tiny bit weird to strop with, but your fingers soon ignore it. Right. Yeah, no, sorry, I was going to say, the reason I'm shaving these again, other than I had to shave with the MK32, is because I put my J-Nat edge on them. And to say it sounded lovely on that J-Nat edge is an understatement. One of the best sounds I've ever had. So weird me even saying it really, but like, it created joy. Who'd have thought it? Bit of metal on a bit of a stone. Yeah, And that J-Nap makes a lovely sound anyway. But they just lovely, lovely, lovely. I'm actually going to do a shave review soon. I'm getting this nice posh shaving soap from my gran for Christmas. I'm excited to shave with it. It's meant to be really nice. I didn't even want to have a look at it. I want to unwrap it on Christmas Day like a child. But I smelt it through the bag. You could smell it. I was like, got quite a strong sense of smell. I hope you've all been well. I've had a few kind of newbies. I hope they don't find offence me calling them a newbie, sort of getting their first razor. And I did a little strop video, if you've seen it, I don't know, for the person who bought it, just so he has an idea of what to do, and hopefully that extend his shaves, let's call it that. I've said to him he's got to get hanging strop no matter what he does really. You can do off the paddles, but really you've got to have hanging strop really. I think that's one of the only things you really do need to get shaving really. Yeah, it's always cool giving somebody their first razor. I can remember it almost like it was yesterday, man. First time ever putting the razor to my face. I think that'll live with me until I've had it. But it is bloody an experience. And don't worry, lads. You generally don't chop your face off. Just don't be bloody stupid. Simple as that. Like, you know, I've been online. I've seen some of the wounds that cutthroats have done, and frankly, you must have just been a complete and utter tit to do some of the gouging that some people have done. How the hell you can just gouge through your skin without stopping? It's like, I know when I'm nicked instantly, like, you know, and it don't hurt because cuts from razors don't hurt. They're that fine on the scalpel, I think. But it's nothing to worry about. Trepidation, that's all it is. And what's the difference between excitement and worry? Nothing. It's just a flip of the switch in your mind. Most people, when they're worried, they're actually excited. They're just not thinking, oh, I'm excited. You know, it's nerves, excitement, same thing. Just not been put in its relevant box. Oh, and today I'm shaving with the posh shave razors, so at least I've got to up my game with the old soap a little bit, so I'm back on the old all roses, which is a lovely smell, I must say. Geo Thumper Rose. It's about the poshest one I've got at the moment, actually, after my sandalwood. Sandalwood's under that though. My little hula hoop. I couldn't throw it away, stuck it underneath it. Frugal, me. Frugal. Right, MK31. And as expected, let's try and get that air in there. I don't know if you can see me here. Oh, yeah, that's gone. This is said I had one on me. Oh, can you hear that? Whew. Try not to chop my ear off. I can barely see. I can't get the angle. Hear him plucking them off. This has always been a good razor. This was actually one of the first razors that I got shave ready, actually. The first one I ever got shave ready was called a World Shipper, and I found that today. Make their own kind of noise, these Swedish razors, especially these hollow grounds. It's a lovely noise to my ears. It means you're shaving with something that's exceptional. You in my tummy then? I ain't actually eating today yet. I don't eat most days till sort of, well, 1 o'clock minimum normally. If I've got work, sometimes I don't eat until I get home from work. I don't do breakfasts. I do on a Sunday, have an English breakfast as they call them. But yeah, I'm a fasting animal. I believe we're a fasting animal, so I fast. Well, I'm in no danger of having a bad shave today. That is for sure. It's just exceptional, man. So hopefully my other one is, which I think it was. I've checked the geometry of it and everything. It sits on the stone nice and flat and excuse me. So I can't see no reason not. Same steel, well, at least the same recipe for steel. Or at least they're very, very similar anyway. Put that over there, I don't need to put that over there. Right, MK32. See how you sound. See how you sound, bad boy. It's just the perfect kind of size razor this is. Once you get good at shaving and everything, get a 6/8 razor, man. Like, to me, they're the best size. Like, I really like my Philly. I'm selling one of them. Keep the tough beards one. And that's probably actually my best razor, like in terms of shaving experience and also closeness. Like, I never felt nothing like it. The first time I shaved with that, it was like a wow moment in a way. Can you hear that? Different noise, different pitch, everything. Well, I'm pleased about that though, because it's got a different edge to it. But good old collecting the lava as well. It's so it had a 12,000 Shapton edge on it, and it's always shaved brilliant. But I can tell you now for nothing, that's better. JNat edge, well, my JNat is definitely improving my edging, at least my shaving experience for sure. Like it's definitely making a more comfortable shave, even though I'd say 8 times out of 10 the 12,000 Shapton was exceptional anyways. Like, literally creates like a laser edge, man, when you get when a razor sits nice on that stone and it wants to behave. That literally creates like a laser apex, it really does. But the JNat edge is definitely more consistent, getting better shaves. Yeah, exceptional. Yeah, it's always pleasing to put a new edge on it, and it works, if not better than the last one. And also this had a taped edge on it as well, and I won't sell any taped edges anymore unless somebody wants me to rehome their razor or whatever and they want tape, you know what I mean, because that's up to them, it's their razor. But my edges in that, I'm not putting tape edges all the way to the end of the finishing stone now. I'm definitely getting a better result. They're sitting better on, sorry, not sitting, but they're working better on the strops. Like, I have done my own little mini experiments. So I thought I dropped a load of them. And basically, I weren't it in the strop on some of my wedges. I tested like 4 or 5 of them. Like, especially the the little small wedges, you know, like an MK24 or something, or number 24, what will they call them? CV. It's a really nice lard, that rose one. It smells lovely. So I might have a shave Christmas Day. What's the day today? Thursday. Saturday works out perfect. I'll be shaving Christmas Day. I'll be shaving with a Parker razor for sure. Let's have a see what else. Maybe, I don't know, I might just do the Parker one. Or I might do my Fion actually. Could have a Japanese face off. Always looking for an excuse to shave with one of my actual keepers, you see. And my Fion, I think, is one of my keepers. Just an exceptional razor. Excuse me if you can hear my tummy. Definitely hungry today. I had a few beers last night. I think it's that. Lovely. Oh dear. So hopefully over Christmas I'm going to do a couple of sort of razor maintenance, razor looking after, razor how-tos, I don't know what I'll call them, but hopefully I'll be able to manage to get like a honing video done. I've had a lot of people ask me to do a honing video now. I was a bit sort of like, well, what's the point when there's so many other dudes already done them, and you know, there's good ones out there and I could point them to them, which I have done. I have pointed them, especially to Mr. Dapper Shaves, Mr. Jacques. He's a top man. And but I will, because I suppose we've all got a little take on it, and I suppose you could always, you know, you learn, like I did, you learn more from watching more than one, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, and then you find your own little route. So I think there's value in it, let's put it that way. If you're one of them people that don't like a loud razor or audible, you might want to stay away from this, because that is a lovely sound though. I'm a bit obsessed with cleaning it today as well, I don't know why. Exceptional shave. You've been a wonderful razor, Mr. MK32, but it's time to maybe see you go. But like I said, if it don't sell, I'll just take it off I'll keep it. I'll just keep it for another year. I think if it don't sell, I won't keep it up there. I know it'd sell eventually, but let's see. See how I feel. Yeah, it's been my holiday razor, this has. It's been New Forest, log cabins. That was nice. Shaving in a log cabin. Right. Let's see what we're doing. Feels nice today, that does. It's even got underneath there better than they say. Most razors. It's definitely less prickly. So who's won? Well, I know. It's Mr. Cole Victor. It is MK Razors. That's who's won. Just lovely. Right, without further ado, I'll let you get on with your day. Might see the MK32 again. Maybe not though, eh? Maybe not. We'll see. Hey, it's in the lap of gods now. Or at least the lap of eBay gods. I'll see you later. Goodbye.